Hey everybody, getting ready to start another stream. I don't know why it says day 12. I thought I had saved when I updated to day 13, but it says day 12, so sorry about that. Oh, and the going live notification just keeps saying the same thing. I'm so bad about that. Anyways, I've updated it, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, we're gonna get started here in a bit. Day 13 of LowRezJam, and only 4 days left. 3 days left. I'm not really sure what time it ends on the 17th. It might be in the wee hours or something. I don't know. But yeah, give me a minute to get set up and then we'll be ready to roll. Oh wait, did I just do day 12 again? Why is it doing that? Oh, I see what happened. Okay. But yeah, give me a minute and then we'll get set up. Or we'll get set up and then we'll roll. Alright, the ad break should be over, or about over. Anyways, let's get to it. There's only so much more time left, so many more days left, and when we left off yesterday to play Sea of Thieves, we had some of the button presses done, but not all of them. Hey, I caught the Vino net. We've made all the sound effects and music, as far as I know, and we've implemented a lot of it by now, but not all of it. We got the food, got the water, got energy, we got the arrow, got the coin. We were going to do sleep or not asleep. Now this one, we'll have to do it 3 times, 1 for each pet. And I think we did actually make different sounds for each pet. So that works out. Let's just clean this up a little bit so it's easier to work with. Yeah, because there's a lot here. Because there's 3 different eyes. And then there's Z's and no Z's. For each pet. Alright, so that's a little bit easier to work with. Let's find that sound effects thing. Bit of a ways up here. Alright, so we've got this. We'll copy this. And so let's see what we got. We got show Z's in closed eyes, right? So this is to put it to sleep, right? So we'll put one at the bottom here. Lumby, welcome in. Thanks for getting first and checking in. Hope you're doing well. We're back at it with the LowRezJam. Good to see you. Sorry I missed your stream earlier. I wanted to check it out, but I had a lot of things I needed to do today, including mowing the lawn. And I didn't even get around to weed whacking. I ended up having to go to the bank, and then I actually had the bank couldn't do what I needed them to do, so I had to go to the DMV, except it wasn't the DMV, it's a tag agency, and they did what I needed them to do, and then I had to go to FedEx, and I had to get groceries, and then I stopped at Walmart to get some other shit that the grocery store didn't have that I needed, and yeah, so it was like errand day for me. But now we're getting to work here. So let's see what we got for sleep. We've got sleep 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got awake, maybe. Wake up, and sleep. So yeah, this will be sleep, and we'll just go with 1 for 1. I didn't really like say like this is gonna be the frogs awake and sleep. I was just like, eh. So that's what we'll do for that one. And then this one is awake. So we'll do wake up one. Then this one is sleepy. And I think we have one that's sleepy too, right? Not sure. Let's check. No, maybe not. So we'll just do awake. Or wake. Is he not sleeping? And then this one is sleeping. And then these ones are awake. Speaking of sleepy, I need to sip on this tea because I'm in need of caffeine. Oh wow, this tea is almost all the way gone too. I don't know how that happened, I just made it. Guess it's not really warm anymore. Not really hot, it's a little warm. Alright, so this is for sleeping, so we'll throw that one in here, but this is pet 2. We'll go with sleep 2. And then this one would be open, so it's awake. Wake up 2. And then this is awake also, so wake up 2. Now this is still pet 2, so this is asleep. And then this one, or these two are awake, so we'll just throw it here. Alright, next one, sleepy again, 3. And then awake, put 3. And then awake, 3 again. And one more time, so this is asleep. Then these ones are awake. Okay, so that should work for that. Then we got the poop one, so we'll do poop. Clean poop, that's what we want. Sounds like that. Okay. So that should do it for all of the button presses, I believe. Did we do the heart one too? Yep. Okay, so the next thing is we've got a timer, and then it calls the script calculate time. So in calculate time, it does all these different things. Oh, but it does them in different timers. That's right. We refactored them into different things. So we'll just have to go through each one and give it the right sound, right? If dirty is less than 4, then we calculate poop. So now the thing is that it's going to like calculate it for each of them. So we really only need the sound effect on one of them. So we'll just throw that here. Otherwise it'll make 4 poop sounds. But you're always going to have pet 1. You're not necessarily going to have the other pets. So we need that sound effect to be on pet 1. So that's where that's going to go. However, the starving ones are going to have to be for each. And I think we've got a different sound effect for each one also. So starving 1. And then, yeah, we'll just go through and do all the eat and drinks. Oh, you know, we gotta do it for food and water. And this will be starving 2. Let's go back and do that for the water. And then pet 3, calculate, or no, eat and drink. So yeah, starving equals 0. We want food equals 0, starving equals 1. Do starving 3 here, and in the water, starving 3 there as well. So I should take care of that. If we take a look at the sound effects we have, that'll help me know what else we need to do. So we've got the whole no work thing, but we don't have it for the energy, like when you run out of energy. And I think that's kind of it, other than like the time. And I'm not sure if we're gonna need the time one. We could do the days, that's an easy one. What's in here? Oh, there's a Gigalith in chat. So I guess we could do a different one for, like for the tick. That makes sense because we did make the sound effect for it. Time tick. So every time that we get a new clock sprite, it'll make a sound effect. And that sound effect sounds like this. Whoop. Not a whole lot going on with that one. Calculate money. So I think there's one for like working, right? Calculate energy. It's probably in time. Okay, here's the working one. So here's the pet sleepy one. So I feel like we should play a sound effect there. Maybe energy, right? Because we don't have like that many different sound effects. We can't use the no work. Oh, there is a tired one. Interesting. But that's different, right? Because that's more like the sleepy one. This would be more like the energy one, I think. So yeah, we'll do energy. Or you know, maybe not, because it's going to be sleepy at the same time. So if we get the sleepiness right, then yeah, let's fix that. So trying to remember where it was. I thought it was in this script, but maybe. Okay, yeah, sleep is in here. Okay, I think maybe it's in the calculate energy one. Maybe not. I don't know. Calculate time. That's gotta be where it's at. There's this switch. Oh wait, no. Calculate pet time? That's where we just were. Oh, I think this is it. Okay, yeah, because before it was the eyes open and closing in the update. That's what it was. So let's go back there and fix the eye sounds, because right now it makes the same awake sound for when you're sleepy and when you're awake. So This one is the sleepy one, so I think it was called Tired. Yeah, so Tired 2, because this is the second one. So we actually want this inside. And then this one to be a tired one. Again, we've got the sleepy eye. This is in the right spot. But this one we want, or actually no, this one's supposed to be tired, and then this one's correct. And this one's sleepy. Okay. Man, just talking about these pets taking naps is making me sleepy. I want a nap. Who am I kidding? If I fall asleep now, I'll be out for the count. Wake up at like 4 in the morning. Okay, now we're on to the third one. We've got the sleep, we've got the eyes open. Then here's the sleepy one, so this one will be tired 3. And then we're gonna need this. So sleep 3, and then this one should be in there. And this one goes here. Yeah. So that should fix the button press, like when you switch between ones, or when you make them sleepy or not sleepy, right? Or when you put them to bed, right? But then we need the calculate time one, because all of a sudden they'll become sleepy, and there needs to be like a warning that that's happened, right? So this is if pet is asleep. Well, this happens every tick. We could make a variable for each pet that stores whether it's played the sound effect or not, and then it would have to reset itself when it is no longer sleepy. But that's kind of a lot. But it would be nice if it made sound. Maybe we do it when the no, or the tired work skip thing right? And then it wouldn't be that bad that it happens every time, because it would like be warning you, or like, hey, this pet is tired, right? So this would be pet 1, tired 1, and then pet 2 will look for the same thing, fun work. There's fun to work. And then we've got sleepy skip pay and tired 2. And then we'll go to pet 3. Fun to work. And then sleepy pet skip pay. So paste that there, and tired 3. Wait. Is that what we want? Did we do the wrong one? No, it's right. Interesting. How did it know? Losing my mind. Anyways, so that should take care of the tired sound effects. We don't need it to make a sound effect every time a number changes, because that's kind of a lot. The only one that I think might be decent would be to have it like when you make money. Working equals 0. No work graphic. So here's the fund work. This is where it increments the money. And then it calculates the money. But it calculates the money when you spend money too. So like, we don't really want to do it in the calculate. I think we want to do it in each pet's calculate time when it increments. So we'll paste this event, and then we'll do money, coin get. Yeah, so it's kind of just like a cute little blip. Wait, did we just do that one? But it might do 3 at a time. So let's do some testing with these sound effects. Actually, let's not test it there, because for some reason things get real choppy and buggy. But when we do it in the ROM, like the export to ROM, and then we do it in a different emulator, it works fine. So not too worried about that. So it's added those sound effects to those scenes. Well, I guess it had to do something with those scenes. Alright, let's test this out. Yeah, when I click off, this one gets glitchy, but the other one's glitchy all the time, so... Oh, you know what? It didn't start with the sound effect. I think the clock is ticking every tick. It's interesting because you still hear the money that you're making. You still hear when things are happening, which is kind of cool. But that ticking is ruining all the sounds because anytime there's two sound effects, it just cuts off the first one and plays the next one. So let's figure out why that's happening. Okay, I see why it's happening. Because it's replacing the tiles every time. Not doing it once when it happens, it's doing it every single time. What we could do is make a variable that tracks the time of day and only do this stuff at that time. So yeah, we'll do variable value, variable set to value, and then we'll make a new one. We'll have to do it over here. Variable 97, we're gonna call this time of day int. So there's 5 times of day, and then it starts over, right? So, oh, and then we'll go to our calculate time, and then we'll do time of day, and so we'll do time of day equals 1. No, I'm trying to think about how to logic this out. All right, so we got we want it to only happen once each time of day. Huh. Alright, I've got a different idea. Instead of this, we'll do if variable compares with value. And we'll say if tick int equals 0, we'll say 1, then we play the sound effect. We'll continue to change the tiles every frame because that's not a big issue for every tick. Because it takes like literally no processing to do that. But to play the sound effect every tick is just annoying. So what we'll do is copy this event, and then here we'll say yeah, so instead of this, we'll say if it's less than 48. So here we'll say if tick equals 240 exactly, then we play the sound effect. And it might skip it, but like it's better than playing the sound effect over and over again. And it shouldn't skip it. But if it does happen, it's not the end of the world, just a sound effect gets skipped. Okay, so next we've got this one. So this is 480. And then this one, 720. And then this one, 960. That way we don't have to deal with that extra variable. And it should fix that issue that we were running into. Oh, I did it again. Let's do another export ROM. Oh, we didn't. So when you hit this button, it should play a sound effect, but it doesn't. So it did the tick once. There's another sound effect happening, I'm not sure what that is. Hear it? It only happens for the cat. There's something weird going on now where it's like stopping the player. That's weird. Sometimes when you hit the button, it doesn't react. Well, that's weird. It made the sound, but it didn't go into the next scene. I'm not sure why it's not responsive. I feel like it used to be in this scene, so I feel like it had something to do with the sound effects. But it was always kind of like that in the other scene. I think that sound effect is happening after I change the scene, so therefore it's not actually happening. But yeah, let's figure out what's going on with that, like, crunch sound that happens with the cat. I think it happens in this update function. Ah, yeah, so that needs to happen after that. That way I can actually play this sound. Let's see. Not that sound. Not that sound. I bet it's because it's happening only for that pet. It's probably in the calculated time one, right? But also, this shouldn't happen while we're not in the pet scene. So if variable value pet view equals 1, then we do it. We can just copy this and go to each of these and replace it. Then we should only get coins in the pet view scene. But calculate time 1. Something's going on where it's like doing something. You know what I think it is? I think it's the calculate poop. I think it's happening every time it calculates the poop. It needs to happen when it actually poops. Oh, but it calculates that every frame, doesn't it? Maybe we just don't make the poop sound. Because it changes, it has the clock sound every time. Every time the clock changes, you poop. So it's either like one or the other sound. So maybe we just don't use the poop sound. But that should fix some of the things. This one here, we are changing the scene. But we could play a sound effect first. Game start. Game start. Alright, let's try this out. Hopefully that fixes the issue with the player movement in the dungeon, because that was a little choppy. Not fun. So it was the poop sound. But it's still choppy. really weird that it's doing that now when it wasn't doing it before. Like, it almost doesn't feel that bad because it's like almost with the tempo of the music, but at the same time, like, it wasn't doing that before. It just started doing that now, so it has something to do with it calculating the time or something. So this stuff only happens in the pet view. So it wouldn't be that. But it does do all the pet calculations, even when it's not in the pet view. So something changed. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. If we disable this, we won't advance in the game, but we'll be able to see if that's the issue. I have a feeling that it's somewhere in the calculate time for each pet. It's probably the fact that it's doing it 3 times, whatever it is. So we'll just turn off different parts of the game so we get it to not do that. Man, I am really sleepy already. That's crazy. Bugs make me tired also. As soon as I hit a bug, I'm like, do I really want to do this, or do I want to go to bed? So this one never had a problem because it wasn't calculating things, but this next one, actually everything is a lot more responsive now. We're not making any money. Time is advancing. Actually, no, time does advance, but only by day. And we're moving at normal speed again. So it's definitely something within the calculate time that's happening. So let's re-enable this. And then, I guess, turn off different parts of these scripts until we get it working. So it wouldn't be anything in pet shown. It would be in pet working or food, eat, sleep. So these happen when it's at that tick exactly. So we shouldn't have to worry about that so much. But this one is constantly checking to see if you're starving. Not even really sure why. But this one would be to do work. So it's incrementing every single tick. Alright, let's try another test. So, on this one, we've got this chest that when you pick it up, it's got a testing group that gives you all the pets. Let's disable that event and see what happens when we only collect one pet. Excuse me. One pet. And yeah. So yeah, let's try that. We'll see if... Hey, Ari Boops, welcome in. Thanks for the lurk. Hope you're doing well. I caught the end of your stream. You were about to raid right when I was watching it, so I didn't say nothing, but it looked good. Looked like you were drawing something that turned out good, so nice work with that. Also, the frogs look really good. I haven't said that, but I remember like a month ago or so you were working on those frogs, and now they're in there and they look fantastic. So great work on that. Oh man, I am so tired. I think the lawn mowing depleted my energy. That and the errand running. Really loud, isn't it? Sorry. Right, so now we've only got one pet. we'll go ahead and put it to work. And yeah, it's still doing that clicky thing. It's not as bad, but it's still doing that. Let's see if it does it when it's not working. Yeah, it's still doing it. So it's not the work that's doing it. Let's see if we can get that to not happen. So like that other thing was the starving. And I wasn't even sure why we were doing that. So let's turn that off. Oops. Try it again. And sorry for the silence, I was just tired of turning on and off the music. Alright, we found our pet. We'll put them to work. And it's glitching a little bit. Not nearly as bad. Let's turn off work and see what happens. It's still glitching a little bit. It still feels like there's an optimization issue. Ah, alright, let's dig around a little bit more. So this stuff happens every turn. So eat and drink. If you're not starving, eat and drink. That's why it has to check to see if you're starving. Oh wait, no, but these don't happen every single one. And also, we can fix this by putting it inside of each of these ticks. Because this, like I said, it doesn't happen every single tick. It checks to see if it's at this special tick. So that should fix it a little bit, except that it's not going to fix it any better than what we just had because we already had that disabled, right? So this one doesn't matter because that only happens in the pet view. This stuff happens every single frame, I think. Every single tick. One thing we could do is change the tick rate. Somewhere. Where does that happen? Oh, it happens here. This is 0.1 second. What if we change it to I don't know, 5 seconds? That would slow down the game a lot. Let's try 0.3 seconds. Let's see what happens there. Also, let's bring back all of the pets. Because we're gonna want it to have all the pets at some point. But that would slow down everything. It would slow down the rate that you make money, the rate that you get sleepy. So it would kind of balance itself out, but it would just make everything happen slower. But only by 0.2 seconds, so per tick. But yeah, we'll see how much that affects things here. Oh, you know what? This is that's not the ROM version. Let's get the ROM. But yeah, I woke up at like 6 today, 6 a.m. Because I just like wasn't that tired anymore. Like, but I only got like 5 hours of sleep or something. Because I went to bed at like 1. And then I woke up at like 6, so that's only like 5 hours of sleep. So that's probably why I'm so tired. But yeah, when I woke up, I like wasn't tired anymore. Like I was kind of tired, but I couldn't get back to sleep because the traffic, right? It's weird because I'm not like really close to a highway, but I'm close enough where like in the morning you can hear it because it's so empty, right? There's so much empty space between me and the highway that like sound travels, I guess. It was worse in the winter, but yeah, usually I sleep through it because I'm like, you know, asleep, or either I'm still awake and I don't hear it because I'm like awake. Well, this feels better already, but let's see what happens when we... So we are losing input every once in a while. And it's still choppy. It almost makes it feel turn-based a little bit, except that you can do like a half space. And every once in a while it just moves like 1 pixel. Yeah, and sometimes it eats the input. This one again? Jeez. Wallace, thanks for checking in. Hope you're doing well. Want that chest.
It is time.
It is time. Time for me to take a nap. No, I'm just kidding. I give up. Getting sleepy too. Oh, jeez. Excuse me. Yawning away here. Oh, do we only have one pet again? Oh, I see what happened. Because we picked up another pet, it incremented it to be beyond what it's allowed to be. Uh-oh, we're still hitting the boss. I took the boss out. Oh, that was the right one. Oh, I haven't seen this one yet. Well, that was fun. Things are still pretty buggy. I feel like we optimized it a little bit, but not really enough. The fact that it's running all of these 3 different scripts and they're kind of redundant, but also they kind of need to be because there's 3 different pets, like a little bit, I don't know. One thing we could do is change this to like double the time. Again, that seemed to help a little bit. Also, I noticed that when we exit these ones, it changes it to the explore instructions when it should just change it back to the pet scene on both of these. Because it only needs to tell you about hitting select once. That should fix that issue. And then it's still sending you to the boss, which we don't want, because the boss can't be, well, it can be beat, but it's just a big buggy mess. So next dungeon, there's one that sends you to the boss. I think it's this one. So yeah, we'll just disable this one. And then these ones, for the sake of testing, we should make it, instead of increment by 1, we should say if variable value, if pets found int is less than 3, right? Because this one increments it by 1, 2, and then 3. Yeah, so if it's less than 3, increment by 1, copy that, paste it here, and that way we won't hit that bug even if we're testing, where we can't switch the pets. So hopefully that fixes something. Let's try it again. Yeah, it still seems to be eating the input just a little bit, but it's a lot less, not as bad, right? And you can still see it kind of like, it slows down for a frame. But again, it's not as bad. But it's still pretty bad. Let's see what it's like with them all working. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Level's kind of hard to test, but yeah, it's like definitely chugging more. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get it to be perfect. The only thing I could think to do is slow it down even more. But then it's still gonna happen, it's just gonna happen less often. Because it feels like it's just stopping. Alright, let's try it at a full second. Because like right now it's at 0.6, I think. And honestly, when I first started doing it, I was thinking that it was going to be 1 second. But for some reason I put 0.1. Maybe it was to see if it could handle it. I don't really remember. But it clearly can't, not with all 3 of them going. Alright, export ROM. But yeah, unfortunately I think this is going to be kind of a short stream because I am like super tired. I only got like 5 hours of sleep and like I was just running around doing a whole bunch of shit today. Mowed the lawn, did a bunch of errands, drove around, and saw parts of the town that I'd never seen before. Or at least don't remember seeing it. Maybe I did see it. I don't know. I get out so little that I don't really know the area that I live in, and I lived here for like 6 months, so it's kind of funny. There's nothing really important to see. I did get a cool invitation. I mean, it's kind of like a invitation to everyone in a Discord server, so it wasn't like personalized or anything like that. But the composer who worked on one of the Batman games and Ori in the second Ori game, I think, lives in Oklahoma. Or in the same city as me, so they're having a party. I don't know. They kind of inadvertently made themselves sound super rich because they said they can house 30 to 40 people comfortably at this party, and they're gonna be having dinner and snacks, and like that's like a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've thrown parties before. And it's expensive to do that shit. So yeah, it's still like glitching every second now. I don't know, it almost feels intentional. but it doesn't feel good. But it should be a cool party. That's like in September. Yeah, it just feels so stiff. I don't know. Let's experiment some more. Let's try it at 2 seconds and see what that's like. I know that might be a little slow, but we can always rebalance the gameplay. I mean, if it makes the game feel better. Yeah, see, it feels so smooth on the first level. But then let's try it before we put them to work. And yeah, we can already feel that it's glitching out, even at 2 seconds. Doesn't feel really any different. Like, it doesn't feel like it's gotten better. But maybe that's like a hint, right? Maybe that's a clue to why this is happening. So if pets found equals 0, raw found. Oh yeah, okay. Player selection equals 0, player selection 1. So this all happens on the initialization, so this really wouldn't be the issue, but this happens every interval. But again, we've changed it to 2 seconds, and it seems to be happening every like 3rd second or something, so I don't really know. It sure is frustrating. One thing we could do is make it so the pets don't calculate while they're not in view. That might be the only other thing that I could think of. But then nothing happens when you're in the dungeon. So let's give that a shot. And then we can put it back at 0.1. I don't know, it just isn't optimized enough to do like a smooth action in the dungeon crawling world. Alright, so here's the next test. So yeah, it's definitely eating the inputs more when it's going this fast. But I feel like it kind of has to go fast in order to make up for the fact that nothing's happening in the dungeon crawler. But I don't know, maybe we can slow it down to half the speed or 0.3 or whatever. But look how smooth that is. I think that's what we need to do. But yeah, it doesn't feel good when you can't like navigate this easily, because I'm hitting the button like a whole bunch of times. Yeah, and it's like lagging. So let's do that. We'll change that to 0.3, I think was where it was acceptable. And try again. Alright, let's try it again. Yeah, I don't know, it's still eating the input every once in a while. Like, it's at a rhythm, so if you hit it at the rhythm, it eats it over and over again. See, I'm just going back and forth, but it's making its way around. because it's skipping some of them. But I'm not screwing up the pattern. It's screwing it up by eating some of the inputs. I don't know, maybe we needed it 1 second. It's getting close to the end of the jam, so I kind of want to have this solid, but I feel like the changes that I've made have affected it. I don't remember it being that much of a issue before. I think I just let that stuff compound and get worse. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong button. I should be testing the inputs on this. This feels a lot better. But are we making money fast enough? Probably not. It takes forever. Well, I'm definitely not as enthused with this project anymore. Like, hitting limitations like that and not being able to fix them. Had a much better time with Frontrooms Normalities. Probably because I was doing something that I knew I could do. And this one I'm trying to like kind of push the limitations. And I'm hitting walls, to say the least. But But yeah, I'm pretty sleepy. I think we'll find someone to raid and call it a day. Probably just veg and go to bed early again. And my sleep schedule won't break, so there's the upside to that. Oh, we've got ad break, so we'll raid after the ad break. I feel like we need a new raid message. I don't know. Anyways, ad break is over. I am sleepy. I'm just gonna veg out and let my brain process some of the bugs that we've been running into, and try not to stress out over the fact that this game jam is almost over and the game is not shaping up to how I want it to be. I mean, it'll be a completed game, it just won't be a good one. I like the way Frontrooms Normalities is working a lot better, which is kind of good, because now I'm excited to finish that one up. Of course, there's only like half a month left on that, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna raid Cyphex. They've raided me a few times, so I feel like it's only right to give them a raid. And yeah, we'll use the raid message for now. And anyone who wants to take part in the raid is welcome. I appreciate everyone for dropping in and hanging out, all the lurks. I always appreciate that. Kind of a quiet stream, but that's okay. They don't all need to be loud. We got so much chatting in a couple days ago that it kind of made up for it. Also, yesterday was a lot of fun. So yeah, if you stream every day, they can't all be winners, I guess, right? Anyways, I'm gonna hit the button. See everyone later. Thanks again. Bye bye.
Shuck it.